Greetings, family. Bishop Coleman here. Glad to be back with you again. Getting ready to come to you with another video. We had a slight intermission. Some of you all know that I lost my sister. We had to bury my sister on Saturday. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your condolences and your good thoughts that you brought to us during the time of our bereavement. And we just want to tell you we appreciate you very, very much. But we have to learn how to move on. So we took a little time to grieve with the family and to, you got to have healthy grieving when you have situations like that. But however, on the other note, we want to get back to our work, and we are delighted to be back to our work. And we just want to thank you all for your consideration and all of your condolences that you sent to us. We appreciate you very, very highly. Okay, today we have an interesting topic that we want to talk to you about. And the topic is going to be dealing with, we're going to talk about the explanation for the Israel and Palestinian conflict. They are in a terrible conflict right now, and I'm going to give you my take on it, on what I think the situation is, because it's terrible. A lot of things is going on over there, and a lot of people are still backing the false Israel, still backing the Zionist Jews, sending money over there to them and supporting them and believing everything that they say. But we're going to talk a little bit today on this situation, and we're going to give you our take of what we believe and what we think the situation is. And we want you to, just think about it and give reasoning to it, and maybe you can have a better insight on what's going on. All right, let's move on a little bit further. We just want to thank everyone that, are tuning in today. We appreciate you highly. Okay, we're talking about the Israeli and the Palestinian conflict that's going on. Now, here's my general take on it. There was a incident that happened in 1952, and Gamal Abdel Nasser made a statement over national TV. And when he was asked, according to the Time magazine, it says, when he was asked about peace in the Middle East, the late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated, "The Jews will never be able to live in peace because they left here black and came back white." Now, that's a historic statement that was made, and a lot of people probably, a lot of Jewish people, they try to, discount that statement, but it's history. It's something that actually happened. So this individual, Gamal Abdel Nasser, he was a very, very truthful guy. He didn't, pull no punches, and quite naturally, he didn't feel too comfortable with these Israelis or these Jewish nomads, which what they were. They were nomads trying to find a place to dwell, so they chose Israel. Okay, so this is a powerful, powerful topic that we're talking about today on this person. He was very, very outspoken. A little bit more history, almost like repeating ourselves, but let's take a look at it. It said Gamal Abdel Nasser was the second president in Egypt in 1956. Abdel went on television and radio in the 50s and stated that the Ashkenazi, the Ashkenazi Jews, they're spoken about in the Bible. You have left black and returned white. You are impostors and shall never see peace. He was speaking about European Jews. This comes with the book, How the Hebrews Became Jews by Josiah V. Malkiel. So we have to understand that, we got history on this confusion that is going on over there in Israel. And we have records that we can look up, history, that we can look up and find out information about this incident. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to pause and share with you a historic video that kind of sheds light on some of this information. Now, some people may dispute, like Jewish people, they may even want to dispute this clip of history that I'm getting ready to share with you. So the person the narrator is speaking, you may not be able to understand him, but we do have the captions that you can read along and see what he's talking about. All right, here we go.
صهیونیست ها از کجا آمدند؟ آلمان ها مدعی بودند که نژاد برتر هستند. ایتالیایی ها به گذشته رومی خود می اندیشیدند و خود را نژاد برتر می نامیدند و یونانی ها هم به همین شکل در گذشته های خود غوطه‌ور بودند. سرب ها با همین نژاد پرستی آتش جنگ جهانی اول را در مونتنگرو مشتعل کردند و یهودی های تندرو نیز مدعی شدند نژاد برتری هستند که خداوند آنها را برگزیده است. همه اقوام قبلی قطع زمینی برای خود داشتند تا ادعا کنند قوم آنها در این قطع زمین نوز گرفتند و اما یهودیان افراطی که به دلیل جریانهای رقیب نژادی در اقلیت قرار گرفته بودند مجبور بودند ادعا کنند که قطع زمین آنها جایی در شرق دنیاست. نکته جالب این که اولاً ساکنان اصلی فلسطین کنعانی هستند که اجداد همین مردم فلسطینند و نام فلسطین نام دیگری از قوم کنعان است. دوم این که یهودیان قبایلی بودند که از مصر به سوی ارض کنعان یعنی فلسطین حرکت کردند و سپس در کنار این قوم به زندگی پرداختند. و سوم این که طبق روال معمول همه ملت‌ها در طول سالیان متمادی اقوام در یکدیگر حل می‌شوند. به ویژه آنکه دو انقلاب بزرگ دینی در ارض کنعان یا فلسطین روی داد. نخست مسیحیت و دوم اسلام. چگونه ممکن است که همه اقوام ساکن فلسطین همگی مسیحی و سپس مسلمان شده باشند، اما یهودیان خود را از این همه تحولات که اتفاقاً میان اقشار عادی مردم روی داده بود برکنار بدانند و از آن تأثیری نپذیرفته باشند؟ استدلال صهیونیست ها قبل از این که استدلال باشد یک شوخی است. آنها به اخراج اجباری یهودیان از ارض کنعان در تقریباً 3000 سال قبل اشاره می کنند که اصولاً تاریخ آن را به شکل کاملاً مبهم و تنها با استناد به متون یهودی به خاطر می آورد. مهمتر این که اولاً همه یهودیان توسط بخت النصر کوچانده نشده بودند. دوم، کوچ اجباری آنها به دلیل اعتراض کنعانیان یعنی صاحبان اصلی فلسطین بود. سوم که همه تحولات مذهبی، سیاسی و اجتماعی مهم مانند ظهور مسیحیت و اسلام بین 500 تا 1000 سال پس از این رویداد اتفاق افتاد. قرائن و شواهد نشان می‌دهد مهاجرت به غرب اصولاً توسط یهودیان صورت نگرفته است و یهودیان غربی یا اشکنازی ها در اصل فرزندان اقوام یهودی شده‌ای مانند خضرها هستند که در قفقاز و شرق اروپا زندگی می کردند و تنها سفردیم ها یا یهودیان شرقی ساکن ایران و بلاد عربی می توانند ادعا کنند که روزگاری در فلسطین زندگی می کردند.
So we see that this is a big deal. This is a very big issue that's going on, and it behooves us to pay attention to what's going on. Now, that's history that I share with you, and you can see in the history, it went back 3,000 years. Now, if you read in the book of Joshua, you'll find out that the children of Israel did not drive everybody out of the land when we were to inherit the land. we didn't drive everybody out. There was some that was left. Quite naturally, the Canaanites. And those of you that know your history, you know that the Canaanites were black people. So you see a lot of black people still over there in Palestine. They kind of keep them in the background, but a lot of the Palestinians today were intermingled with the Canaanite people, but the true people are scattered to the four corners of the earth. But that explains why you have a mixed breed of people. You got some Palestinians that look just like us. If you look deep enough, you'll find that out. So this is why Gamal Nasser made the statement that he made, that you left black and you came back white. And that's why you'll never have peace. And he made that statement about in 1952. We know the story of Israel claiming the land in 1948, which is really not the hand of God, not the hand of Yah that's going to really escort his people into the land. And we're going to talk a little bit about that into our lesson. But this is why you have so many problems and conflicts that are going on. All of the killing and all the wars and all the murders that are going on are due to the fact that these people are imposters. They are pretending to be somebody that they're not. I want to encourage you to take a look at a video that I made, Fake Jews in Israel. It kind of gives you a little bit more clarity on this topic and this subject. But we find out that this is the reason that we're still having all this confusion and killing and murdering, because of this spirit of supremacy. You saw even in the video that I just showed you that they had that superiority feeling even back then, especially the Jewish people. You know, that they want to take on the characteristic or the identity of the true people of the Most High. But if you really dig into it and really search it out, you'll find out that they are worshipers of Satan. A lot of them. Now, some of the other Jewish people that are not Zionist Jews, now they may have a more pure heart as far as what they're trying to do, but your heart being pure, it has to be pure to the Most High for it to mean anything. Now, all the people that are there in this land, some of them, you know, are legitimate Jewish people or legitimate Hebrew people that are still over there. But I would encourage anybody that's over there to get out of there, because that area is slated for destruction. You don't want to be under the hand of the wrath of the Most High that's going to come through there. So we are, you know, looking at history unfolding, or the future unfolding right before our eyes. All right, so we have this individual that has come out and tried to claim, Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to claim, he's trying to stand in our stead as though, they are the true people of the Most High. But we know that that's a farce. We know that that's not correct. We know that that's not right. So we're here to lead the people into the truth. See, I believe in the truth. When you believe in truth, you'll follow the truth. Now, let's take a look at what the paper said, or the commentary said on Nasser. It said the Europeans claiming to be Jews. Now, this is a statement he made. I know I sound repetitious, but you can't raise this issue enough. You need to know about this. It says the Europeans claiming to be Jews are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. The late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated on television, "You, the Jews, will never be able to live here in peace because you left here black and came back white. We cannot accept you." That was back in 1952. So we find that this is a good explanation why you have the conflict and the problems that are going on that came from Gamal Abdel Nasser long before it got to this place. Now, this is 1952. We're in 2021, and they still don't have peace. So it definitely must be a true statement that he made. He spoke in a sense of prophetic, more than likely. It was a prophetic speaking that he made in reference to this. All right, let's look at a little bit more information. We're going to look at the explanation explained. It says Gamal Abdel Nasser's statement, the best explanation for the conflict in Israel. Years of war and conflict explained. See, so you have years of war and conflict that needs to be accounted for. Why is all of this conflict and killing going on? All right. It says the original Hebrews never finished the job of driving out the Canaanites, the Philistines, from the land of Canaan over 3,000 years ago. I stated that a little bit earlier in my opening statement. Then it says, therefore, the nomadic fake Jews capitalized on the opportunity to seize the land by false claims to be the true people of Yah, which had great consequences. You're gonna have, whenever you try to be the true people, you're gonna go through something. You're gonna share in some of our pain and some of our punishment. Anybody that even comes to our aid, even during the civil rights movement and all of the white people that came over to try to help us, some of them got killed because they were sympathizing with us or coming over and they were sharing in our pain, and some of them lost their lives. So since they want to do a situation whereas they want to act like they're us, well, there's some pain going to come along with that. Let's continue. It says, since they want to be false people of Yah, they have taken on a small portion of the curse of the true people of Yah, which will develop into destruction of their people. Okay? We are witnessing the unfolding of the end of the Gentile reign. We're looking at it. This is what is taking place. It's getting closer and closer. It's been going on for a while, but it's getting closer. All right, let's see what the next portion of it says. In Luke 21:24, they shall fall by the edge of the sword, talking about the true people of Yah, the true Hebrews, our ancestors. They shall fall by the edge of the sword, true Hebrews, and shall be led away captive into all nations. That's why we are spread all over the four corners of the earth. That's why, any place you go, you're going to find us because we're spread to the four corners of the earth. You can't get away from us. This is in the scripture. Okay? It says, and they should be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Let me read that for you again. It says, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So what do we have? We have Gentiles over there trodden down, doing all what they do and making claims, fighting and warring. According to the scriptures, it says Jerusalem was going to be trodden down of the Gentiles until their time is fulfilled. So their time is coming close to being fulfilled. So you can't outpace the scriptures. You can do all the lying that you want. You can tell all the lies that you want, but the scriptures will always speak for themselves. And we find out that this is happening now in today's news. The Jerusalem is trodden down of all of these Zionist Jews that are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles, as our friend Nassar stated. So we're living in an interesting time. We're seeing a lot of things that are happening, a lot of things that are unfolding, and it's powerful to see all of these things happening. Now I had a couple of clips that I want to share with you that deals with what's going on, some of the lies that the Jews tell. Take a look at this clip. So we see that they are twisting the media. The Jews, they got all kind of power. They got control of the media, different things like that. And they got a lot of power, but they don't have more power than the Most High. One point I want to point out to you is, this thing has been ongoing for a long time. And you've got America and Britain, and these are the culprits that are backing this false claim that the Ashkenazi Jews are the true people of the Most High. So they are the ones that should come in and take over the land, which are nothing more than some nomadic people that really had nowhere to go. But there's some smart people. I have to give it to them. They're smart, but they're smart in a devious way. They're smart in a damnable way, when you really take a look at it. But this thing is very, very serious. I got another clip that I'm going to share with you. Now, this clip, it kind of deals with, let me see if I have it here before I move forward. I don't know if I really have it. Yes, there it is. This clip right here, it really kind of sparked and reignited this problem and this trouble. You know, it's a settlement problem. The Jewish people are trying to take over the land. And, you know, in that little clip I just showed you, it showed you all of the things that they're doing. They're the bully in the whole operation, but they hide behind the statement that Hamas is a terrorist organization. Come on now. These people are trying to protect themselves, but you twist everything around and say that Israel has a right to protect itself. No, these people are trying to protect their homes, their land, their property. And they have made pleas to the Jews and pleading with them for peace. All right, take a look at this little short clip.
You are stealing my house.
And if I don't steal it, someone else is gonna steal it.
No one is allowed to steal it, يا عمي. Jacob, you know this is not your house.
Yes, but if I go, you don't go back. So what's the problem? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do this. I didn't do this.
But
It's easy to yell at me, but I didn't do this.
you are stealing my house. You are stealing my house.
And if I don't steal it, someone else is gonna steal it.
So if they went by the law, they wouldn't be stealing anyway. So that'll let you know that, you know, this is a joke. This whole thing is a joke. And, but it's serious. I can say it's a joke, you know, sarcastically, because, you know, it really doesn't make any sense. Like, for instance, you're living in your home for the last 35 years. Somebody come over and say, okay, I'm getting ready to take over your home. You got to let me come in. You move all your stuff out, or either you pay me $2,500 a month for rent to live in your own house that you've been living there all the time, that passed down generations to generations. But now here come some people that want to take over your home. And they own everything, and you know, they just came in and took over everything, and now these people, they're being thrust out. In a way, they're kind of doing the work that the original people did not do up under the hand of the Almighty. You know, back 3,000 years ago, it was the truth. Yah was moving along with them to go in and take over the people, but they began to become friends with the people and began to make concessions with the people. And therefore now this problem is still going on. But according to the word of the Most High, it's got to be done. You know, we have got to be put in our rightful place, so to speak. And we're not going to do it by our own hand. That's the problem that I have with this whole thing. They're doing this by their own hand and by their own strength and by their own power. But the scriptures say, not by power, but not by might, but by thy spirit. We're going to inherit everything that is due to us because of the mighty hand of the Most High is going to make it happen on our behalf. And that's why these people are having so much problem. If the Most High was doing this, do you think they'll be having this kind of problem all this long time and up and down and killing and all this kind of stuff? When the Most High comes in and take care of the situation, it's going to be a done deal, my friend. It's going to be a done deal. Okay, right now I'm going to move to some scriptures because you all know that I like to let the scriptures speak. We're going to look in the book of Isaiah, chapter number 11, and we're going to start at verse number 9. And it reads, "They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea." Now, this is speaking of the time that the true people are going to inherit the land. You're not going to have all this confusion, this fighting, and all this stuff at the time that the true people dwell in the land. But there's going to be a cleansing by the hand of the Most High, and it's going to be indisputable. That's what it's going to be. Okay, let's look at the next scripture. It says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for the ensign of the people, who shall the ensign for the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious." Do you think these people are having rest? They're not having no rest. But according to the scriptures, in this time, we are going to be an ensign. That's like a banner or something to look forward to. If the people had sense in this world, they would be trying to help us to get into our place before the hand of the Most High come in, because they're going to be up under the punishment of the Most High if they don't cleave to us. All right, let's continue. "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people." Notice it says a second time. That means that the first time has already happened. We've already been free from Egypt, but he's going to reach his hand a second time. "It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people." The remnant, very small amount of people, maybe 1/3, very small, the remnant of his people which shall be left. And look at all the places that they're going to come from Syria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the isles of the sea. So they're going to be coming from the four corners of the earth. "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations," a banner of people going to be set up, give them direction. "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." So this is why these people are having so much problem. None of this has happened. This haven't taken place. So you're gonna have all kind of problems before it's over with. You keep on lying, keep on doing what you're doing, you're gonna have all kinds of problems. You're gonna fall up under the mighty hand of the Most High. Keep on lying like you lying. Keep on killing all those innocent people. Let the Most High come over and move them out. But let's move on a little bit further. Let's check this out. Let's look at what else the scripture says. It says in verse number 13, "Envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off." So anybody that want to continue to try to kill us, like the police running around shooting us up and doing all this kind of stuff, you're just making sure that there's not going to be a male in your lineage, and you're just making sure that you're going to be what you're fearing in the first place, totally extinct. You're making sure you're sealing the deal. It says, "The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off." This is scripture that I'm reading. We got adversaries, people that hate us all over the world. The scriptures say they're going to be cut off. "Ephraim shall not envy Judah. So, Ephraim is sort of like close to us, but they're not going to envy us any longer. Not going to be a separation anymore. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So it's going to be a coming together of these two. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. Now this is very, very powerful. Listen at it. It says, for they shall fly up on the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. So we see what the church call a shift. Now there's a shift right here. You really see a shift right here because you see us coming together where we're kind of separate, you got Hebrews saying that if you ain't a part of us, you ain't in the truth. All that's going to be done away with. We're going to come together. And then it says they shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. So we're going to resume our rightful position and our rightful place. Where we've been deprived for so long. We should be longing for this day to happen and to take place. Let's continue. And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go over dry. Now that's an interesting scripture. It sort of reminds me of the scripture that is found over in Revelation. Let's take a look at it. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his veil upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So this sounds more like a synonymous event that's going to take place. That's what it sounds like according to the scriptures. So the scriptures, they testify to one another. Okay, now let's go back and finish our text that we had over there in the book. Okay, it says, read verse 15 again. It says, and the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian seas, talking about the water. And his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go over dry shod. So they're going to go over dry land. We cannot underestimate the miraculous power of the Most High. Okay, the next verse says, and there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Israel. So the Most High have not forgotten us. He have not forgotten us. And we must always remember that the Most High got our back. The scriptures are testifying to this. All right, so when we think about this, when we look at all of the confusion that's going on and all of the trouble that's going on, it's been going on for a long time. I've studied this topic and this subject. I'm kind of just skimming over it a little bit right now. But there are proponents that know that the Jewish people are imposters. You have Norman Finkelstein. He knows that this is not right what they're doing over there. You got all kinds of proponents against this issue that's taking place over there, and we as the true people of the Most High, we got to continue to sound the alarm. We got to continue to let folk know who we are. All right? let's continue. We're going to go over into the book of Revelation, chapter number 2, and we're going to start at the 9th verse. We're getting ready to see and look at who these people are that's doing all this stuff that we see being done. In the book of Revelation 2 and 9, it says, I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. Now, that's a very, very powerful, self-explanatory scripture. It starts off talking to his people. It starts off talking to us, the true Hebrew people. He said, I know thy works and your tribulation. We're going through tribulation right now. Still going through tribulation and poverty. You know, we're at the bottom. We got a lot of impoverished people. But we do have a small remnant of us that you know, is kind of a little bit above, you know, got nice homes, a little bit of money, whatever, but nowhere near what the Most High wants us to have. So he say, I know thy works and your tribulation, your poverty, but you're rich. So we're richer than whatever you got now is nothing compared to what the Most High has in store for you. But thou art rich. And then he goes on to say, and I know the blasphemy of them that say that they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogues of Satan. Now, you know it's got to be a people that he's speaking of. It's got to be a people that fit this criteria. Next verse says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not. It says that, but they do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So he's talking to us and letting us know we cannot lose faith. We cannot lose heart. We got to continue to believe and trust and stay faithful. Be faithful unto death, and I'll give you the crown of life. All right, let's move on a little bit further. The next verse says, all of the lies coming down. Okay, this is not a verse, but this is a commentary from myself. It says, all of the lies are coming down. The word states that when the Most High brings his people into the land, there will be peace. My question is, where is the peace? If you got the true people already over there, why are you still fighting and disrupting? Because he says that he's going to move his hand and draw all the people and use them as an ensign. You cannot be the true people. There's no peace. All right, then it says, let me move on a little bit further. All the lies are coming down. The word states that when the Most High brings his people into the land, there will be peace. There is no peace. Therefore, the Most High has nothing to do with fake people dwelling in the land. So, my friend, that's why I wanted to bring this commentary and to bring this topic and this subject to let us know that, you know, there is a reason for all the fighting, the fussing, and the killing. And there is a reason and an explanation for the Israeli and the Palestinian conflict. And that reason is that they left black and they came back white. So therefore, they're not going to have any peace. Oh my goodness, isn't that something? So we are a blessed people to be in the position that we're in. We must not lose faith. We must stay faithful. We must continue to look up and keep our head up because our day is coming. All right. So my friend, that's all I have for you for right now, for today. I want you to be encouraged. Lift up your head. Be strong. Do not lose faith, because our time is now. Our time is now. It's rapidly opening up for us. Our time is growing stronger and stronger and stronger. So we cannot lose faith. All right, my friend, that's all I have for you today. Shalom.